Well, I'm back to talk about the serious stuff that's going on, but also I have a couple of things some pieces of advice I want to give you all. But I want us to look at this clip from Fox News as it relates to Speaker Mike Johnson. And it's kind of like that song, If Your Lips Are Moving, You're Lying. Let's go.
What do you say to the people across the country who work for the VA who can't man the suicide hotline now because Elon has fired them? Like, what is your message to them? Because they're getting mad at Republicans.
Yeah, look, we have to take care of our veterans, and the VA needs employees who are doing this noble work. I think the president kind of did a recalibration yesterday. He brought in Elon and he brought in the cabinet secretaries, and they had a dialogue about the process, to formalize more of this. Now, look, in Elon's defense, there is no playbook for what he's doing. This has never been done before. So as he acknowledged, there are going to be some mishaps and mistakes along the way, but we will do course correction immediately, and that's what you'll see.
Not been President Trump in the federal government for 10 years. There are certainly ways it could be more efficient. This is moving fast and breaking things and hurting a lot of people in the process. And the government shouldn't be in the business of firing a veteran who served served their country for 20 years and then having to fix it later. I don't trust that it will fix it later. I just don't. And you can come up, look, there are a lot of comical things that President Trump mentioned at the State of the Union that you mentioned about the government was spending money on. A lot of things that are getting cut are cancer research. Support for scientists across this country saving the lives of children with cancer. That's just one. So we can talk about cuts, but doing it this way hurts Americans. It's irresponsible. And quite frankly, that's why you see not just paid protesters, with all due respect, some constituents in Republican districts who are coming to these town halls and saying, I'm a veteran. I lost my job. I have come to work every day. How can you? And Elon Musk makes millions of dollars every day from the American government. And you're firing these people.
Do you agree this is race, or do you feel...
Oh, no, I don't think it's racist. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't answer that part of the question. No, I just think it's irresponsible and harmful.
Well, stay tuned, because it's going to be corrected. And I've talked to Elon about this personally, and many of us have it. He has completely pure motives. He's trying to make the government work better for the people, all the people, and the essential employees and the people doing great work.
So let's talk about it. Okay, so the callousness and the disregard, in my opinion, for what is actually happening from Speaker Johnson is reprehensible. I have yet to hear anybody apologize to these people. And I pay attention to words. He said, stay tuned. Those who are essential and doing a good job, they have yet to determine what is essential. So that leaves you to know that it's very subjective. Same thing that the old girl said. Well, the president really wants to take care of veterans, but if they're not doing their job, if they don't want to come to work, maybe they don't deserve to have a job. Same thing. And yet, okay, again, I did not agree with the Democrats not standing for that young man DJ after everything that he has been through. And by the same token, though, as the Fox personality said, that they're cutting cancer research that is aimed to help the very children that he highlighted. Is that a red herring? For us to say, don't look at this, look at that. Hold on. Also, he says there's no playbook for Elon Musk. Oh yeah, there's a playbook he's operating off of. And that's the playbook, what he did to the Twitter folk. And he somehow thought that would work in the government. That's the playbook he's operating off of. And I'm sorry, Speaker Johnson, if his motives were not pure, do you think that you would tell us? Come on now, really? I mean, come on now. Also, it's the lies for me. It is the lies for me. Essential in doing a good job, where there are several, and again, this is not just about veterans, but I'm talking about veterans right now. There are several federal employees who've been fired, not only who did well on their evaluations, but got basically what amounts to a cash award for those appraisals. So if you don't know what you're doing, why go in there and hatchet it up? It said, we'll fix it later. Now, in the meantime, you got veterans who need the crisis line. Like I said, I've used it. but they can't answer no phone calls, so that's not essential. Y'all playing in our faces. Listen to this though. We're gonna listen to what Chris Hayes has to say about the most recent back and forth between Musk and cabinet members. Let's listen to this.
Who support slashing the government in principle are starting to get real anxious. New York Times describes what happened behind closed doors yesterday when simmering anger at the billionaire's unchecked power spilled out in a remarkable cabinet room meeting. The president quickly moved to rein in Mr. Musk. In one exchange described in the Times, Transportation Secretary, former Real World cast member Sean Duffy, squared off with Musk. Mr. Duffy said the young staff of Mr. Musk's team was trying to lay off air traffic controllers. What am I supposed to do? Mr. Duffy said. I have multiple plane crashes to deal with now, and your people want me to fire air traffic controllers? Mr. Musk told Mr. Duffy that his assertion was a lie. Mr. Duffy insisted it was not. He had heard it from them directly. At another point, Mr. Musk insisted that people hired under diversity, equity, and inclusion programs were working in control towers.
Okay, you know what? I'm sick of that, but let's say that that's true. Does it mean they weren't qualified to be there? See, that's the Jedi mind trick that people are trying to play with us. Let's say that that is true. Does it mean that they're not qualified to do the job? And let's talk about something. As an advisor, because see, I've been an advisor. That's your job, to advise. You don't get to make the decision. It is the leadership's responsibility and authority to make the decisions. I've advised leaders on conduct issues, performance issues for over 10 years, letting them know if they had enough information to terminate or whatever. But guess what? It is their decision to make, not mine. And see, that's what he thinks is his decision to make. Let's continue.
Duffy pushed back, and Mr. Musk did not add details, but said during the longer back and forth that Mr. Duffy had his phone number and should call him if he had any issues to raise. The exchange ended with Mr. Trump telling Mr. Duffy that he had to hire people from MIT as air traffic controllers. These air traffic controllers need to be geniuses.
Yet this man's getting millions almost daily. Y'all dumb, and y'all think we are. Y'all think we are. Oh, lastly, okay. For my federal employees that are on the bubble and you don't know what's happening, I'm going to caution you. Do not be mindful of what you are putting in Teams, the emails you're sending, because it is not your property. It is the government's property, and they can monitor everything you say and write. Because I've heard that they are monitoring these platforms for any dissension that they may target you. I don't know if that to be true, but what I do know is because that is the government's property, they can monitor anything you write and even say over Teams. So I'm going to caution you. If you're communicating with a lawyer, you do that on your own medium. Do not do that on the government, because that is discoverable and it can be used against you. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Take that with you.